Hi, welcome. We are here with the College of Education live series today, and I'm here with three misters from the Call Me Mister program. Why don't you introduce yourselves, tell us a little bit about you.
My name is Adrian Mendoza. I am a junior with a focus in secondary education with a focus in social studies.
My name is Jesus Sanchez. I'm a transfer junior from Barton Community College. I am majoring in secondary education with an emphasis in math.
And my name is Andrew Bergmeyer. I'm from Hutchinson. I am also a transfer from junior college, and I am elementary education.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being here with me today. So we want to just get to know the Call Me Mister program a little bit more. So what is Call Me Mister?
So Call Me Mister is about getting male minority teachers into the classroom. It started in Clemson around 20 years ago and made its way to K-State in around 2015.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what does Mister stand for?
Well, MISTER is actually an acronym that stands for Mentors Instructing Students Toward Effective Role Models. So it's just a way for us to learn and get experiences in order for that to translate to the classrooms.
Okay. Mentors instructing students
Toward
effective role models. I love that. So you're learning about how to go in and be that model to students from underserved, underprivileged type communities. Is that
Exactly.
correct?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So what is it that brought you to Call Me Mister?
Initially, if I'm being very honest, it would be the scholarship.
Okay.
I had originally, I was in my Foundations of Education class, and they came in and gave a presentation, and it had caught my eye. And so I applied for it and had talked to Javier Martinez, who kind of leads a lot of the program. And then I've just been involved since then. And ever since then, it's been a great opportunity. I've met a lot of friends. I've had a lot of opportunities to go on trips and just further myself as a student and educator.
Great. What about you, Jesus?
Well, actually, kind of the same as Adrian. I was looking for any kind of scholarship opportunities. Came across a scholarship for Call Me Mister, and I wasn't too familiar with it, but I decided to go into the website of the College of Education and learned a little bit about what Call Me Mister was. I decided to apply for it, and really I kind of ignored it for a little bit because I wasn't too sure if I was even going to come to K-State. But after a couple of emails from Javier Martinez, I decided, you know what, might as well answer back, see where we can go from there. And ever since then, I've met a lot of great people, had a lot of great opportunities, and I couldn't be happier with that decision.
Great.
So yeah, similar to Jesus, Javier really he gets a hold of you, and he does not let go.
No.
He is really a really great guy, and he gave me a presentation about the program, explained more, and I was like, this is like, you'd be dumb to not accept this invitation to this group. So
Great.
Yeah.
So it was a way to get involved,
yeah.
right? And do something a little bit different that way. So the scholarship is great, right? Because it pays for your schooling here, but then in a way you pay it forward. Is that correct? So like
Absolutely.
Yes.
how does that work?
So basically, what we learned through this program, especially with the emphasis being a mentor towards students, is like we learned that there's a big difference between being a teacher and being an educator. You're not looking to just do your job, go teach some students about what your major is or whatever. You're really there to mentor them and educate them on how to become better people and how to become good role models, just as we learned through this program.
Wow, I love that. I have chill bumps again. So learning how to not just be a teacher, but to be an educator. That's awesome. So talk a little bit about, like, you have meetings, right? And so tell us a little bit about what you do and how you learn to kind of elevate yourself from that teacher idea to the educator idea. What do you do in your program?
So we have meetings bi-weekly on, for this semester, it's been every week, or every Wednesday from
Okay.
4 to 5, so it's about an
Okay.
hour. We've had a lot of guest speakers, a lot of good guest speakers. We've had one of the K-State basketball coaches come in. It was Coach Sutton. He came in and gave us a great lesson about, the difference between an educator and a mentor, as Jesus was just talking
That's
about.
awesome.
And then we also have presentations that are led by the leaders of our group, and they talk about different opportunities, where you can get PD hours and a lot of different opportunities, like some of the trips we have coming up. And that is what we've been doing most of the time with our meetings.
Awesome. What if you were to have to share with someone who wasn't in the Call Me Mr. program, what would you tell, like what would be the first thing that you would tell them about this program, about maybe if they were thinking about joining, if they were on the fence like you were, right? And if it wouldn't have been for Javier, right, what would you tell them to get them excited about it and to bring them forward?
I would say it's the experiences that really set this program apart from others. Like he said, the guest speakers, they have all the information that you need. Like, and then aside from that, we also have our trips, and then we have like group bonding, and we have, you know, service hours that we do together. It's like the experiences as well as the guest speakers is just, it puts you, you know, the extra mile ahead of everyone else. Something that stuck out to me was Dr. Shaw and Dr. Lane's. They gave us a talk about self-care, and that is just, it's so important for you as an educator to take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, it's hard to be that role model, that mentor that they need. So
Absolutely.
that's what really stuck out to me.
What would you say?
Really, just to kind of add to that, basically just especially that speech about self-care. A lot of the times we take ourselves for granted, you know, we skip breakfast sometimes to get our work done, or we miss lunch, and just so many things. We don't get enough sleep, and a lot of the time that's really important if we really want to be effective role models, is being able to take care of ourselves so that we can take care of others as well.
Great.
I think another thing to add to that would be the connections. There's a lot of networking that goes on, and you know, you're given these opportunities to meet a lot of people you wouldn't normally meet if you had not been a part of the program.
For sure. So I've heard you guys talk about trips. So tell me about your trips. What do you get to do? Where do you go?
I can start out with our Salina trip. We recently took a trip to elementary school in Salina as well as Salina South, and we got tours of the schools. And Salina South is very new, very nice. We were all blown away. They got their own like, coffee shop inside of the high school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. But we got to meet a lot of people, and then as well we got to learn how the school works, who does what. It's a huge system of people every day that just love kids, love learning. So.
Okay. What other trips might you
In
take?
this last summer, we went to Clemson University as a group. So the Call Me Mr. had started in Clemson, and so students who graduate, they get to go to Clemson it's basically like a national conference, and students who had graduated through the program, they get a blazer. It's a black blazer with the same logo in orange because it's Clemson, and the orange,
Okay.
But it's still a really nice blazer. It's something nice that you can have, and it's also a leadership conference, so you get the same opportunities as you would here, but with different speakers, and it's just a really it's a nice place to go. It was a great trip to go to, and it was funded through Call Me Mr. You know, they allowed me to go, which I'm very thankful for.
That's nice,
yeah,
right?
Very much so. Yeah, very thankful for it.
So what was your biggest takeaway from the Summer Leadership Institute? Is that correct?
Yeah. I think my biggest takeaway from that Clemson trip would be the same thing as the teacher versus educator. You have to really elevate yourself and take that extra step. You know, it's one thing to be a mister and be a male minority in the classroom, but it's a whole another thing to represent that.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about that idea. What are a couple of things that you might say would make that difference? That would take it from that teacher to the mentor or the educator role?
I think just making a connection with the kids. Growing up, a lot of times when I had teachers, you know, there weren't a whole lot of Hispanic kids in the classroom, and there were some teachers that were, and it was nice to be able to connect with them. And you know, they made that connection with me, and it made me want to try for them as the teacher. And I think that's the best thing you can do as a teacher. You know, make kids feel like you care about them, because you know you should absolutely care about each and every single one, each and every single student you have.
I love that.
Well, for me, when I look back at school, I think we can all be very honest. A lot of the times, a lot of those students, they don't want to be there. They want to be at home. They want to hang out with their friends, do anything but be there in class. But looking back, there were a few of my teachers that really made school exciting, really made it so enjoyable to be in their classrooms, and how they taught and how they just made that connection with me on a personal level rather than just a student-teacher kind of thing. And that's kind of one thing that I'm looking forward to for my future, is just making that connection with my students and making them enjoy being with me in class.
That's awesome.
exactly what Jesus said. It's about representing, have each kid feeling represented in the classroom. Their experiences, their culture is what really ties them together with each other and then with you, making those connections. And a kid's not going to learn where he or she's not appreciated or respected, or they don't feel like they're represented. So it's about creating that representation.
I love that. And that's so true. I think connections are one of the most powerful things in the classroom. And so I love that that's what you're really taking away from this and to elevate you from in that perspective. So let's talk a little bit about the scholarships. Tell us a little bit about the scholarships that are available and how does one come to get the scholarships or even be part of Call Me Mister?
For the scholarship, you just have to apply for it. The amount you get is based on how much participation you're putting forth to the program.
Oh.
So the more time you're putting into the program,
The more money
better,
you get.
Yeah, basically,
Okay.
yeah.
That
To sum it
makes
up,
sense.
basically,
Kind
yeah.
of like a work program.
Yeah,
in a sense.
basically.
I like
But
it.
it's even if there wasn't a scholarship, it'd be a great opportunity. Yeah, there's so many benefits from it
Love
that
that.
it kind of pays for itself.
So you would do this even if there wasn't a scholarship.
With the amount of people that I've met and the trips that I've been on, I would say yeah.
That is amazing. That's powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think another thing as well is like a lot of the time when you are a student, you have to go through these professional development hours, and
yeah.
those could be a little dreadful. You don't know what exactly you want to do, how to go about getting them done.
Yeah.
And with this Call Me Mister program, it takes care of a lot. It takes care of a lot of that. We do there's so many events we go to, so many opportunities, and it makes those professional development hours enjoyable as well. So that's another benefit
that.
from
Yeah.
it. So
Okay.
You're never doing them alone if you're doing them with
Right.
like
You're
a
with
group that you're part of.
friends.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's relevant to you. It's of interest
Yeah.
to you. So, okay, so you get paid to come and do those fun things too,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
That's awesome.
I think they hit the nail on the head. It's a lot of it. It sounds simple, but another thing that's huge for us is these reminders that we get.
Yeah.
We get from Javier once again.
Yeah.
He reminds us, hey, let's go do this together. Hey, go to the education symposium, do this, do that, and it's very beneficial for us, because we're really busy. And to be honest,
Yeah.
some things slip our mind sometimes.
Yeah.
It's great to have
So-
that.
Yeah.
Great to have that person, reminding
Yeah.
us,
Have
how to
Right.
do this. and-
Yeah. It's
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 a
also a
group-
support system. Yeah. In a way.
The group mentality is really,
Yeah.
really beneficial.
Yeah, so we have some people asking about the travel opportunities that you guys have had and other visits. So we've heard about Salina and Clemson. Have there been other opportunities that you've been able to, other schools or other visits or?
Last semester we also went to Ewing Marion Kaufman School in Kansas City.
Okay.
And that was also another great opportunity. Extremely nice school. It's a great school. It's state of the art, and it serves for like underprivileged students. They take applications in order of like the I guess worst districts in Kansas City.
Okay.
And
Like need?
Yeah,
in
need
order-
and
okay.
based on need, and it's just an extremely nice place. And that was a great trip. Almost every single trip that I've been on has been paid for. We had lunch provided for us, so it's just
Wow.
it's really great. I mean,
Very
it's
nice.
just a matter of if you want to go do them.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you guys got to participate in trips?
well, unfortunately for me, since I'm new to the
Right.
program, I've only really been to that
So you're
Salina
just
trip.
hearing
So
about all
Yeah.
these
I'm just hearing about
others,
these, and I'm
right?
excited to get to go
Okay.
to these places.
Yeah.
So.
Man, we excited. We hear about all these great experiences all the time, and it's.
That's awesome.
I believe we have a trip to Kansas City soon too.
I was
Yeah,
just
for
getting ready to
sure.
ask, do you have some
I think
trips
we have
planned?
one planned. Yeah.
Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, when you went to Salina, the principal there, is he a mister? Is that correct? Or was he?
The
Was
principal at
he-
the elementary school, I believe.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
And he had come in last semester and given us a talk as well. Yeah, and he had
Awesome.
invited us
Yeah.
out there, and so that's why we had
Fantastic.
ended up
Okay.
going. Yeah.
So
That's
those
great.
Connections that
Yeah.
you're talking about once
Yeah.
again that are just unbeatable.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then he had also asked us. He was like, "In the spring, do you guys want to come
Yeah.
back again?" Yeah.
Oh,
So-
that's
I think we're
great.
going to.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, how if they want to join? What do we tell them? Where do they go?
Well, the website. It's on the College of Ed website.
Okay.
Javier Martinez's office.
Javier
also.
Martinez. That's a
Yep.
name to
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
right?
Bluemont,
Yeah,
yeah.
Bluemont Hall.
Bluemont
yeah.
Hall, and you meet on Wednesday nights
Yes,
4 to 5
4
p.m.
to 5
yeah.
p.m. Okay, so if you're interested in Call Me Mister, we hope you'll take a look. And we appreciate all of you being here for our go live today with our misters. Join us next time when we go live from the College of Education. Go EdCats!